Yes, people. What's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football, and I'm back again with another video. Today is very somber mood, very sad mood around the Arsenal fan base because we got some bad news, some really bad news. In that we've probably had these fears for a while, but it's been confirmed by David Ornstein that William Saliba will be out versus Manchester City, and he most likely will be missing the Chelsea game. And there's also fears that he could most likely miss the entire remainder of the season. Now, we'll be going through all the latest news and everything that we've gotten, and we'll just be talking about how I feel about it, and of course, how you guys feel about it in the comment section. So let me know how you feeling about the sad news. If you're watching live or you're watching on the playback, like a lot of you guys do, please do hit that like button and support the channel. Every single like does help the channel out a lot. But of course, the main thing is let me know how you guys feel about Arsenal missing William Saliba for this big clash versus Manchester City. This is a huge blow to our title hopes. This is a huge blow to our organization and how we defend. Big up True Gunner in the house. Big up Cold Baller 77 in the building. Huge loss. KVR starts Wednesday. You know what? We haven't started KVR yet next to Gabriel. So I don't know if Mikel Arteta is willing to even do that. We have to see. We have to see. It's going to start a massive debate around what we do. Do we start? Do we play? Do we bench? What lineup do we even start with? Do we play at the 3 at the back? Do we play a 4 at the back? Do we change everything up completely? What do we do at this point? Arsenal Football Club has to do something. We have to do something. But what is it that we're going to do? Now, let me go straight into what David Ornstein says. Please respond. Hi, please. Yeah, big up my guy, man. Big up Cold Baller. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well in the chat. Make sure you guys do hit that like button. I think he needs the options for a high line so he can keep up. You know what? If that means we have to play KVR, that means we have to play KVR. But let's get straight into some of these points right here. Our season is done. I can't watch Rob Holding against Holland. Quick recovery for Saliba, 100%. We need Saliba back 100%. I miss Saliba. Bro, I miss Saliba too. We all miss Saliba. People here saying it's the T-shirt mass debate. I don't know what that means. But yeah, let's get into what David Ornstein had to say. So David Ornstein said that Arsenal will be without William Saliba for the trip for Man City on Wednesday. The 22-year-old defender back injury is not showing any significant progress. Also likely to miss the Chelsea matchup next weekend, increasing concerns over his season, but not confirmed yet. This is not confirmed yet that he will miss the remainder of the season, but it is looking more and more likely that is what is going to happen. Let's be honest. He misses the Man City game. This is the biggest game of the season. What's the point of him coming back after that? Like, I know Newcastle away is going to be tough. I know Chelsea at home might be a little tough, but the reality is if he couldn't make it back in time for this game, the likelihood of making it back for any of the other games is very slim, as we already know. Now, 5 hours ago, Samuel McBell came out and started telling us that they had fears of this happening a long time ago. Do you think we can beat City? Mikel Arteta is going to have to figure it out. He's going to have to figure it out. About talking about City, yes, we can still, it's football. Anyone can beat anybody. But the reality is, without William Saliba, we don't have as good of a shot as we would have if William Saliba was available. Now, can we beat Man City? And any given day, anyone can beat anyone. But we have to find a new solution. We have to find a new formation, a new way of playing, a new way of doing something. We have to find something. Why are we not playing Emil Smith Rowe? We're going to have to talk about this. We're going to have to talk about why Emil Smith Rowe's not playing. And also, people watching here, you can come check it out on YouTube. But yeah, let's go on to the next thing. Now, what I'm showing you on my screen is AFCC Stuff's tweet about 5 hours ago when he said, William Saliba suffered an injury versus Sporting Lisbon. As we already know, on March 16th, the medics were concerned that they feared he will miss the rest of the season back then. So this is fears that they've had for a while now. They've had these fears for a while. I don't know why they're not transparent with us. I guess they didn't want the meltdown. With William Saliba, was way confident, but we can't give up. We keep going. City will drop points, and we need to try to capitalize. It's not even about that, bro. At this point, we're not even capitalizing on our own situation, let alone City. Yeah. So 8 hours ago, David Ornstein, this was more in depth of what he said. We will not play versus Manchester City on Wednesday. They'll reassess. But it failed to show any significant progress. The explanation is William Saliba will miss the match against Chelsea on May 2nd. Also, aimed increasing fears that his campaign might be over. So if William Saliba's season's over, that means we won't have him against Man City. We won't have him against Chelsea. We won't have him against Newcastle. For the remaining games, William Saliba could be out. And this is shocking, ladies and gentlemen, because the way that we've been defending without William Saliba present has been horrific. Now, this is not even an overstatement. This is not even an overstatement. Since William Saliba has been out, I'll show you guys what took place. Since William Saliba has been out, the drop-off has been horrendous. We have conceded in the last 3 games alone 7 goals. 2 against Liverpool, 2 against West Ham, 3 against Southampton. Before that, we conceded 1-2. When William Saliba was playing, look at that. Clean sheet versus Fulham. Clean sheet versus Everton. Clean sheet versus Leicester. Yes, we conceded 2 versus Bournemouth and 2 versus Aston Villa, but we had much better chances. And also, just so you guys know, since William Saliba has been out, we've conceded 5 goals. 5 goals since William Saliba has been out. The whole season, we only conceded 26 goals at that moment in time. 9 goals we've conceded since William Saliba has been out. 26 the whole season. Like, that's ridiculous. We've almost conceded a third of our goals since William Saliba has been out. Obviously, not a third, but a little bit less than a fourth. So a fourth of our goals since William Saliba has been out have been conceded. It just goes to show our defense is now the issue. And you know how bad it is? We've now conceded 1 less goal than 11th place Chelsea. This is what has happened. The drop-off is significant. Our attack is not the problem. The problem is the defense. The defense is the issue. This is bad news. Yes, Gunnar, all the way from Brazil. Shout out my guy watching all the way from Brazil. Why can't we play KVR instead of Holding? Why can't we play KVR? Why can't we play KVR? This is the question everyone keeps asking. Why can't we play KVR? Why can't we change it up? Why can't we do something different? Nothing's stopping us from doing something different. This is where Mikel Arteta has to make his money. This is where Mikel Arteta has to make his money, and we have to see him make dramatic changes, because we cannot go into the game versus Manchester City with the same team, same formation, same setup. That is setting ourselves up for failure. That is setting ourselves up for failure, ladies and gentlemen. We have to change it up. We have to change it up. We have to change it up. And these are some of the choices that I'm hearing that might make sense. Now, there's going to be a bunch of different lineups that we're going to see, a bunch of different decisions people are making. But why don't we do 3 at the back? Why don't we do Ben White? Why don't we do Ben White, Gabriel, and Kieran Tierney? Why don't we play Ben White, Gabriel, and Kieran Tierney? Big up everyone in the comment section. Let me know, what changes would you make? What would you do different to try to cope with the injury? Big up Igal. Zini play right back. Kieran Tierney play left back. Ben White right center half. So you're sticking with the back 4. Big up everyone who's joining from Never a Foul right now. Shout out to all the people over there at Never a Foul. Make sure you guys do hit the like button. Also, we have about 60 of you guys in the chat. None of you guys have hit the like button yet. But yeah, so if you don't know, we're just kind of trying to figure out what kind of solutions we can come up with. So some people are saying play Rob Holding. Do you guys even want to see Rob Holding on the pitch? Do you even want to see Rob Holding on the pitch? Do you even want to see Rob Holding on the pitch? Do you want to see Rob Holding on the pitch versus Man City? Because that game up against Man City, we're going to have to do something. We are going to have to do something, and we cannot stick with the same lineup. It cannot be the same team. Now that Saliba's out, we need to do something. We need to make some sort of massive changes, because we cannot stick with the team that we already have. We know some of the players. We know some of the players are not going to change. We know some of these players are not going to change. So we know up front, we'll get there when we get there. But what do you guys do? Do we play a 3 at the back? Do we play a 3 at the back? Put Gabriel in the team, because we know Gabriel is going to start. No question about that. Gabriel is going to start. We know Gabriel Martinelli is going to play. That's not a question. We know Bukayo Saka is going to play. That's not a question. with that. But we know Saliba's not out. Do you guys play holding? Do you guys play holding there? What are we doing? Are we gonna play holding, or are we gonna play Caviar? Because if we play Caviar, if it's a situation where we play holding and Gabriel again, I don't trust holding. I don't trust holding. We need to do something about holding. We can try a situation where we play Ben White. We can try a situation where we play Ben White and we have a back three and keep holding in the team, or we could have a situation where we completely take him out. Now, I think Zinchenko is going to play this game, no question about that. Where Zinchenko plays is a different story, right? This is now what I would do. Okay, personally for me, I think it's a situation where you don't play Rob Holding at all, and you get Kieran Tierney in the team. Where is Kieran Tierney? Because some people are saying Jakub Kavor. I don't think we're going to play Kavor. I don't think we're going to play a back four like this. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're not going to play a back four. I don't think we're going to keep it the same. Big up Daniel in the chat. Big up everyone. Hopefully you guys smash that goddamn like button. Xhaka's back versus Man City. Yes, Xhaka's going to be back versus Manchester City. There's no concerns over Xhaka's absence versus Man City at this moment in time. It seems like all signs are showing that Xhaka will be available versus Manchester City. So with that being said, we're going to make sure we just throw Xhaka in there right now. And we're going to throw Partey in there. Even though Partey's been poor, we know that we cannot win this game without a good performance from Partey. What else do we need? Of course, we're gonna play Odegaard in this team. No question about that. Where's Odegaard? Where is Odegaard in this? I'm sure he's somewhere there. There we go. So no matter what, this is what some people are going with. I don't trust Jakub Kavor. I just don't trust him. I don't trust Rob Holding or Kavor at this moment in time. So this is where Kieran Tierney comes into effect, right? You play Gabriel, you play Kieran Tierney, you play Ben White, you go with the back three. You throw Zinchenko in as the left midfielder, right? And then you keep Odegaard Partey there, and what you do is you throw Saka as a right. This is what we're gonna have to do. I know it sounds crazy taking Saka and putting him in such a deep role, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we do a 4-3-3. I'm thinking we do a 4-3-3, and we find a way to make it work. I know Xhaka and Zinchenko can both fill in these two positions. Odegaard, we're going to have to find some way to make it work, because I don't know how we're going to make it work, but you're going to have to find a way to make it work. Because if you do a back three, then we can do a situation where we have a 4-3-4. That is I think what the best choice at this moment in time is, because if we try to go head to head with Haaland, and we try to keep it as a back four, and we play one of the KVRs or any of those guys, it won't work. And also there's people saying put Kieran Tierney in the back four and put Zinchenko right back. Has Zinchenko ever played right back? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen Zinchenko play right back. Then there's also the choice of playing Partey as a right back and playing Zinchenko there, and then you take Kieran Tierney out and you put in Jorginho. I think this team here seems like something that Mikel Arteta would do. This seems more like something Mikel Arteta would do. The reason why I leave the striker position open, I don't know who to play. I don't want to play Gabriel Jesus versus Manchester City. They know him so well. This is a game where I think Trossard should start. I think we should start Trossard. I think it should be Jorginho, Gabriel Martinelli, Trossard, and Saka. That is what I'm going with, right? And then I'm going with Jorginho, Xhaka, Odegaard. I think you play Thomas Partey right back. He's been shocking in the midfield. But what happens is when you're out of possession, you basically have two more midfielders, and you basically have a midfield where you have five players basically covering in the midfield out of possession. And when out of possession and defending, you have a four-man block with Jorginho and Xhaka basically trying to help out as much as possible, and Odegaard and these four attackers are basically the ones that are trying to progress the attack and spring a counter attack. Then there's people who've even said even crazier things. I've seen even crazier lineups. I've seen lineups where people are playing Saka and Martinelli on both sides. They're saying play a 2-man up front. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Let's keep it real. But no matter what happens, it's going to be a front three. No matter what happens, he's going to either change it to a back three, or he's going to keep it as a back two. That's where the changes are going to happen. Let's see what people in the comment section are saying. Zinchenko, I think Zinchenko can play right back. I've never seen Zinchenko play right back in my life. People talking about Mason Mount and Declan Rice. I'm going to get onto that in a second. I'm going to get onto Declan Rice and Mason Mount in a second. Egal, the midfield is too slow. What do? What choices do we have? Okay, we keep Thomas Partey in the midfield. We get Jorginho out of here. We bring in Kieran Tierney. I wish Tomiyasu was available. If Tomiyasu was available, we would just play Tomiyasu and we would tuck in Ben White and we would go with the same team as normal. I wish Tomiyasu was available. Tomiyasu's not available. Do we do a gamble? Do we take a big gamble and do we play a kid versus Manchester City? Do we play Walters? Do you play Walters versus Manchester City? First time ever. Do we play him versus Manchester City? I don't want to risk it. I don't think Mikel Arteta is going to risk it either. Gosh, the season's coming down to this game, and we don't know what to do. I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to have to figure it out. Luckily, Xhaka's available, because if Xhaka wasn't also available, we'd be even more screwed. But yeah, so say we keep everything the same, right? You tuck in Ben White. Who plays right back? Everyone in the comment section, who plays right back? Partey stays in the midfield. Man City are going to win the league. You got Wednesday and 2 games in hand, and now 6 points away. It is what it is. What are you going to do? We can't cry about it. Can't wait. City fans are loving life right now. So yeah, that's the solutions that I've come up with. I don't know, man. We got to figure out what the hell we're going to do. It's mad. Play Saka right back. Is that an option? Do you guys think that's a good option? Do you think that's a good option? Listen, is this crazy? Is this crazy? Let me know what you guys think. Is this crazy? Play Saka right back, and just start Jorginho and Trossard. Play Saka right back. Saka's one of our best attackers, one of our best players, but he's able to play as a defender, and he's played as a defender previously. Do we just play Saka as a right back? That's what some people are saying. Play Saka as a right back. I don't know. Trust in Holding. Bro, I can't trust Holding as far as I can throw him. And the guy's a big guy. You can't throw him too far. What the hell do we do? What do we do? And for anyone who doesn't know why we're trying to come up with solutions, the reason why we're trying to come up with solutions is because William Saliba's out. And the fears are that there might be some serious structural damage on his back, leaving him and his whole season at risk at this moment in time. Unfortunately, that one Europa League game versus Sporting ruined our season. It absolutely ruined our season. It's annoying. It's absolutely ruined our season. And the writing's on the wall. People saying Ben White, Kieran Tierney, and Gabriel. I would love that. I would love a back three. Let's hope that he plays a back three. Let's hope that we end up seeing a back three. Because if we get to see a back three, I'll be a little bit more confident. But let me know, guys. What do you think our chances are now without Saliba in this game? What do you think our chances are? Give me your chance. What do you honestly, what are our chances of winning this game now that Saliba's out? Because for me, we already had like a 40% odds of winning. Now it's dropped again. And it's not, and it's just a morale boost at this point. If we would have had Saliba, we would have believed that we have our best 11 and we can finally do something. But nah, man, it's not the best. It's not the best when you it's not very. You're not going in there with a lot of confidence when you're playing with players that you know are not that good. Significantly worse than what we currently have in the team. Significantly worse. Now, I'm just gonna before we go any further, I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that goddamn like button and give me some ideas. Because if Mikel Arteta and his team are currently not brainstorming on how can one player ruin your season, let me know. Who do you support? Because I could probably give you an example of somebody in your team that has gotten injured and that has significantly ruined your season. City, unfortunately, they have massive amount of depth. People saying no excuses. Okay, no excuses, but you can acknowledge that somebody is not the same or not even in the same bracket. Jorginho can play right back. Can he? I've never seen Jorginho play right back. And in my opinion, Jorginho's defensive ability is heavily at question. Imagine Jack Grealish running at Jorginho for 90 minutes. That's a recipe for disaster. Come on. Recipe for disaster. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Harry Maguire ruined Man United season. Yeah, he has. Harry Maguire ruined your season numerous times. Reece Nelson right back. Reece Nelson. You know what? Can Reece Nelson play right wing back? Can Reece Nelson play right back? Can Reece Nelson play? Maybe play Reece Nelson. That's what I said the other day. But you want to know something? This guy, this prick, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, could have been playing for Arsenal right now as a right back, but instead he chooses to not play as a right back. He wants to, and honestly, good Arsenal is getting rid of him. Good Arsenal is getting rid of him. Because if we had Ainsley Maitland-Niles right now, he could probably play in that position. But the thing about Ainsley Maitland-Niles is he's one of those people who wants to chase their dreams and doesn't want to play in the position that they're good at. Let me know in the comment section, everyone in the comment section right now, if you had a choice to play at Arsenal as a right back or you live out your dream as in the Championship playing as a midfielder, what would you rather do? Would you rather play in the Premier League at the top level at a top club and play a random position that's not yours, or would you just rot away in a lower leagues playing the position you dreamed of playing as a youngster? What do? Do you follow your dreams, or do you be practical and just slot in where it need be? Let me know, because that seems like a lot of people nowadays, they transition into a position that they're not originally familiar with. But what Ainsley Maitland-Niles has done, he's kind of left us as a waste man. Ainsley's not good at anything, bro. He's a master of none. No, but Ainsley Maitland-Niles made it for the England team as a right back, and he was good as a right back. We won the Europa League with him as a right back, and he decided to say, you know what? I don't want this position. I want to be a midfielder. I want to push my career and become a midfielder. And now he might be in the Championship next season because he's not going to be at Arsenal. I'll tell you guys that for sure. And even his agent has said he wants to leave. Right? He could play for Burnley or for Company. No, Company's going to be in the Premier League next year. Company's not even going to take him. I can't understand why he wasted it. Yeah, man, he wasted his chances. He won the FA Cup. Yeah, he won the FA Cup with us, playing in that position. Iga, do you like Ainsley Maitland? What are you doing like Ainsley? Listen, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, good riddance. I don't want to see you ever again at Arsenal Football Club. Personally, for me, he's a waste of space. Absolute idiot. He ruined his chances at Arsenal for me. But yeah, enough about Ainsley. Let's talk about Mason Mount. People, do you want Mason Mount at Arsenal? Do you want Mason Mount at Arsenal? Do you want Mason Mount at Liverpool if you're a Liverpool fan? If you're a Man United fan, do you want Mason Mount? Because reports coming everywhere that everybody is linked to Mason Mount. Everybody and their mom is linked to Mason Mount. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me show you how many people are linked to Mason Mount. You got Manchester United. Eric Ten Hag wants Mason Mount, long admirer of the London boy. He wants him a thing. You have Manchester City and Erling Haaland reportedly want Mason Mount, right? You have situations here where reports Arsenal, Liverpool, and Newcastle, and both the Manchester clubs are interested in Mason Mount. Then you also have another one here where Liverpool remain favorites to sign Mason Mount, but Arsenal are still interested in the midfielder. What is it about Mason Mount that everyone likes? Everybody wants Mason Mount. Everybody seems to want Mason Mount. And now that everybody wants Mason Mount, Todd Boehly is trying to convince Mason Mount to stay at Chelsea. This is a weird story. Honestly, it's reliable people also coming out with it. You got Fabrizio Romano, you got David Ornstein, you got the guy from Liverpool, what's his name, Lloyd Pierce or whatever his name is. You got Manchester United journalists from the Express coming out saying Mason Mount. Do you guys want Mason Mount? What's special about Mason Mount? Everyone explain. To me, the thing about Mason Mount is he's a goal-scoring 8, but he plays as a winger at times. Is he a better version of Xhaka, or is he a different position altogether? What is he, and what would he do for each team? For Liverpool, he seems to be the guy who would replace Gini Wijnaldum, I think. He would be their Gini Wijnaldum replacement. For Manchester United, would he be another Bruno? Would he be another Bruno? For Man City, would he be their Gundogan replacement? What would he be? What is he? At Chelsea, what is he? Like, I don't think Mason Mount is a bad footballer. I think he has skill sets that can help any team, but how is he going to play? And is he technically gifted enough to play in a system with Pep Guardiola's team or an Arsenal team? Let me know. He's a mouse, bro. He's absolute crap and overrated. Oh, wow. Wow. You're harsh. You're harsh. People saying, hell no. He can't finish. Come on. One thing he can do is he can score goals. He's underrated. Wow. Some people saying he's shit. Some people saying he's good. Sometimes maybe good. Sometimes maybe shit. I don't know. Some of you guys don't like Mason Mount. Some of you guys do like Mason Mount. But personally, for me, I don't want Arsenal to sign Mason Mount. I want Arsenal to get Declan Rice and Caicedo. But Mason Mount seems like a cheap option to come in and plug in a position that we might need to look at in the future, which is a potential Xhaka upgrade. And I think that potential Xhaka upgrade is Declan Rice. I agree. We should go get Declan Rice. Egal, you're underrated. Big up, man. Big up my guy right here. Daniel, I think Mason Mount is good for Chelsea. I think Mason Mount is good. Chelsea shit. Okay, if Mason Mount's good, then you don't mind taking him at Man City. You want Mason Mount at Man City? Let me know, Daniel. Would you take Mason Mount at Manchester City? Would you take Mason Mount at Manchester City? Because if he's this good player, you would take him at Man City also. People in the comment section, would you take Mason Mount at your football club? Let me know. Let me know. Would you take Mason Mount? Why is always Man United and Chelsea fans? Iga always cooks Man United and Chelsea fans. I don't cook Man United and Chelsea fans, but Man United are also into into Mason Mount also. Apparently, they're into Mason Mount also. If Pep wants him, I trust him. There you go. People saying Mount and Rice, yes. People saying Caicedo. I don't know about you guys, but it just seems like I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe. When I see these things every single day, I don't know what to believe. It's understood that Declan Rice is also a priority for Arsenal, and sources at Goal are saying the possible move, he rejects several contract renewals. So Declan Rice is also on the cards. Declan Rice is also on the cards. Iga, you have been deluded all season. John, I think this is the first time you've watched any of my content. I'm quite balanced. People think I'm deluded because I'm always defending Arsenal, but there's a level of realism that I have. I'm not going to sit here and tell you things that are not realistic. I'm not going to sit here and tell you we're going to smash City like 5-0. Come on. Everyone in the comments can tell you might have me portrayed as somebody else. You might think I'm somebody else that I'm not. Because at this moment in time, I'll tell you right now, I'm not this guy that everyone thinks that I am, that I'm just deluded and I just start yelling crazy things. Nah, I don't do that. I'm quite balanced, actually. I back my players such as anybody else does. And hence, when you back your team and you're overly positive, people are going to misconstrue that and convince that as you're being delusional. But being delusional is thinking that we're going to go to City's ground and we're going to beat them 4-5-0. That's crazy. Being delusional is sitting here saying we're going to win the league still easy. No, it's not that easy anymore. Let's be real. So to sit here and call me delusional, come on, bro. I'm not delusional at all. If anything, I'm more balanced than majority of these than some people on the other side. But guess what? I'm not overly negative, so people are gonna call it delusional. There's no winning. You can't win. You can't win. You can't win. Let's go. Anyways, let's now talk about this. West Ham's Declan Rice is gonna move in the summer. I want to know. Everyone keeps talking about Declan Rice or Caicedo, Declan Rice or Caicedo, Declan Rice or Caicedo. Who's better in your books? Declan Rice or Caicedo? What are you guys saying? Because for me, I think Declan Rice is better than Caicedo. I really do believe Declan Rice. I think he's better than Caicedo. I really do believe that. The reason I say that also is because I feel like Declan Rice can do more things. Declan Rice is more versatile. Declan Rice can get into goals, can get in goal scoring opportunities, can get you a lot more forward. He can also play deep. But if you had the choice between Declan Rice or Caicedo, why not both? This is where you might call me deluded. But I believe Arsenal can get both. What's stopping us from getting both? Now, enough about talking about Emil Smith Rowe and other people. I don't really care about them right now. If we go and improve our midfield and we sign Declan Rice and Caicedo in the summer, what's stopping Arsenal from actually going and winning the league next season? What is stopping us? What is stopping us? I would rather have Luis from Villa. Come on, now you're just trolling. You're not. You're probably trolling. Like anyone who's saying Douglas Luiz. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We can't be doing this. We can't be doing this. But Declan Rice or Caicedo, people in the chat, I want both. But if we're gonna be real, let me know what you guys think. Because in my opinion, I want Rice over Caicedo. But if I had the choice between taking both, I'll take both. But obviously, I want Rice over Caicedo. I think Declan Rice is a better player. I think Declan Rice is a better all-around player. He has goals in his games. He can drive the ball from deep. He can play in 8 position. He can play in what do you call it, the defensive midfield position, and he can even play in a more attacking position if need be. He has that final end product on him and everything. The thing about Caicedo is Caicedo kind of reminds me of Conte. That work-like energy, that boss kind of energy. Yo, what about Lavia? Lavia is a baller too. He absolutely destroyed us on Friday. That guy destroyed us on Friday. That guy was absolutely killing us on Friday. What the hell was he on? Like they had to do a drug test on him because he was too good. He was too good. Lavia from Southampton? How did Man City let this guy go? Daniel, you need to explain this to me. How do you guys let Latvia go? This guy is so good. And he couldn't make it in your midfield. How? How is he 19? He's this good and you couldn't get him in your midfield at Man City. I know Man City's midfield is amazing, but like, wow. Wow. That's just impressive in my opinion. Yo, what's going on with my eyes today? My eyes just watery all day, man. It's mad. I think it's allergies. But yeah, people talking about Rice, people are talking about Caicedo. I don't mind. If we get 2 out of the 3 of these guys, we're good. Anybody who gets any of these 3 guys, they're good. People talking about the guy from Fulham, Paulinho. Nah, man, I don't want Paulinho. Let him go to Liverpool or something like that. He's a baller, but the thing about players like Paulinho, let me give you guys this take. This is my take. The thing about players like Paulinho who are like 27, about to reach their peak, they're good, but because they're so close to reaching their peak and their top years, you could see the decline happening in a couple of years' time quite quickly. If you want Paulinho, you're gonna have to replace him in a couple of years also. He's like, it's kind of like Thomas Partey. You get the best years, but you know you're gonna have to replace that player very soon, in a couple of years' time. And I don't know if Arsenal wants to invest in Paulinho, where you can get Declan Rice or Caicedo, who are much younger and much better, in my opinion, and have a higher ceiling. I think Paulinho's already at his ceiling. I think Declan Rice and Caicedo have another level they can go to. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe that's crazy, but that's just me. If I'm Liverpool and I need to improve my midfield right now, you go and get him. But if you're Arsenal and you want to build a future after Xhaka and Partey, you don't buy another player the same age as them to bring into the midfield. What's the point? We already have Partey. We already have Xhaka there. You bring in Paulinho. We have another player where we're gonna have to get rid of in 3 years' time. Yeah, but that's just my take on that. That's just my take on that. But yeah, the Latvia guy is amazing. So yeah, we need a new center back though. We need a new center back. I told you guys we conceded so many goals. We conceded so many goals over the last couple of weeks. We need a new center back. We cannot afford to go into next season with Rob Holding and my man. That is not going to happen. So what do? We look at RB Leipzig and we say they have that guy. What's his name? What's the Croatian guy's name? What's the Croatian guy's name at RB Leipzig? What's the Croatian guy's name at RB Leipzig? What's his name? I forget his name. People in the chat, let me know. I'm forgetting his name. What's his name? Gavardio. Yeah, Gavardio. So we know we're not going to drop money on Gavardio. We know we're not going to spend 90, 80 million on Gavardio. Arsenal's not going to sign him, right? What we're going to do is we're going to go and get his countrymen. We're going to go get his countrymen. And if you guys don't know, we're linked to Croatian center half who plays for Dinamo Zagreb, Josip Stupal. Josip Stupal or something like that. Let me see. So yeah, Josip Sutalo is 23 years old. He's linked to Arsenal for a move of about 17.8 million pounds. And if you want to see more of what I'm talking about, you can come join us on YouTube and you can see exactly what we're talking about. So this player here is the player who we're linked to. He's 23 years old. Arsenal are reportedly could sign their own version of Gavardio. We're looking at him before he gets the next big move. We're looking to just go and get him straight out of Croatia. We're going to go to Croatia. We're going to drop 20 million on Gavardio's younger version of Gavardio and Josip Stupal and hope for the best. Now, isn't this the same thing that we did for big up my guy. Big up. He's very fast, tall, very strong. I'm not too, you know what? In the summer, I'm gonna probably do more scouting reports on him. People are saying another Caviar. This is the problem. With these unknown signings. There is a level of worry that we can have, a level of issues that we could have potentially down the line. Is this the signing that we need to make, or should we go and get the Ndikias of the world because he's a free transfer also? Because we've been linked to him also a lot. I don't know too much about this guy. Anybody know anything about him? Let me know, because I'm not too familiar with his game. That is my honest truth. I'm not too familiar with his game. If I knew more about the guy, then maybe I could tell you guys more about him. But from what I can see, it just seems like he's Croatian. He would go for around 20 million. And if we're spending 20 million on another center half, this time it has to be the right center half. We can't have another issue where third season in a row we get injuries and we go down the drain. Dunk for one season. Passing is a bit. You know what? Forget about Dunk, because Brighton don't sell you players for cheap. But if I was going to get a Brighton player, I would go get Webster. I think Webster is decent. I think Webster's the ball playing center half that they have. He's basically Gabriel. We don't need another Gabriel. We need somebody who is able to do both what Gabriel does with his aggressiveness, but also has somewhat of the ball playing ability. Someone like, you know how City have 5 center halves? How many center halves do City have? Manchester City have like 7 center halves. They have center halves that can play at right back, center halves that can play at left back, center halves that can play in DM. We need someone, a jack of all trades, that can play in every position, that can come in and that can be on the bench, that we can buy for maybe hopefully 30, 40 million pounds. But it's decent. Like City got a Kanji for a decent price. If we can get Evan Ndikia, maybe that's the guy that we do. But yeah, that's my thing. Like, we need a center half. We need another center half. But yeah, Kieran Tierney though is on his way out. Kieran Tierney is on his way out, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way around it. There's no way to sugarcoat things. Kieran Tierney is going to be leaving Arsenal Football Club very soon. We know this. My question to you guys is, 30 million for Kieran Tierney, is that even sound reasonable to you guys? Does that even sound reasonable at this point? Because Kieran Tierney for 30 million, that's what they're reportedly saying. They're saying in Newcastle are confident that they could complete the signing of Kieran Tierney for 30 million. 30 million only. 30 million. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, how is 30 million a reasonable price? Surely it should be more. Anderson, Konsa, Killerman, you know what? The thing about buying within the Premier League, anybody you buy within the Premier League, immediately you have a higher markup. Scouts do their job. Scouts need to do their job. Don't sell Kieran Tierney. Let me know, people. Would you sell Kieran Tierney? 45 million minimum. 45 million. Rivals, would you buy Kieran Tierney for 45 million? Anybody in the chat? Would you buy? And also, how do you feel about selling him to Newcastle? Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, Newcastle are going to be coming up very quickly. I don't want to sell him to Newcastle, because imagine we sell him to Newcastle. Kieran Tierney kills it at Newcastle and he's outperforming us, and we got rid of him for 30 million to a Premier League team. Why is it the other Premier League teams, when they sell players for such high amounts, but Arsenal can't sell it for any decent amount? 50 million for Kieran Tierney, I'll bite your hand off. I'll take that in a heartbeat. If you can get 50 million for Kieran Tierney, wow, I'll take that in 2 seconds. I'd give him away for free. Some people are saying, come on, now you're being delusional. No one's going to give away Kieran Tierney for free. Kieran Tierney is a prize asset. Newcastle are scary. Newcastle are already scary. Imagine you replace Dan Burns with Kieran Tierney. How good they would be. I'd rather sell him to West Ham. Me too. I'd rather sell him to West Ham because I know West Ham in a couple years' time will not be competing against us. I know Newcastle in a couple years' time, they're definitely going to be competing against us. They're already competing for top 4 with not many investment. 30 million on a sell-on clause. Kieran Tierney is getting older. There's no need for a sell-on clause, in my opinion. Who plays at left back at Newcastle? Dan Burns. Dan Burns plays at left back at Newcastle. Kieran Tierney's injury prone. More than 30 million, I think, isn't realistic. I wouldn't sell Kieran Tierney. He's a good backup. 40 million, 50 million plus add-ons. You know what? I'll do that. 45 million plus add-ons, but I don't think 60 million is a realistic price for Kieran Tierney. I don't think 60 million package will happen. I think this is what we should do. I think it should be a situation where we should look to move on Kieran Tierney, but wherever we look to move him on, we try to get a player back. So, for example, say he went to say we ship out Kieran Tierney in the Declan Rice deal, and we give them we give up Eddie Nketiah in the Declan Rice deal, and we try to do a player swap. But nowadays, they don't do that. They don't do that. But hey, I think this is it for Kieran Tierney, guys. I really do believe this is it for Kieran Tierney. I think there is a place in the team for him, but I do believe this might be it for Kieran Tierney. This might be it for Kieran Tierney, in my opinion. It just seems like the writing's on the wall for Kieran Tierney. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen, and he might be gone very soon. But yeah, let me just ask you guys one more question. I hate this story because it gets linked to us all the time, but we're linked to 2 players that we're linked to every time. My question to you guys is, do we need any more attacking players? Do we need any more attacking players at Arsenal? Do you feel like the attack is not good enough? Do you think we need a new striker? Because we're linked to Rafinha, we're linked to Zaha, but that doesn't make sense. Kieran Tierney can join Liverpool, says Gakpo. I don't know if Kieran Tierney is going to join Liverpool. I think Kieran Tierney is going to stay away from other top 6 teams, and he'll probably go to Newcastle. The only team that's like in and around the top 6 that he might go to is Newcastle or West Ham. Greetings, big up. You guys saying we need a striker? We need a striker, you're saying? Who, bro? I'm seeing Isaac doing wonders at Newcastle. I'm kind of jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I like Jesus, but I'm looking at Isaac and I'm saying, boy, we missed out. It looks like we missed out. Question: does he want to leave or give Bruno for Tierney and money? Bro, I'll do that in a heartbeat. But Newcastle are gonna hold on to their players. Newcastle don't need to sell. Financially, Newcastle don't need to sell. A backup for Saka. Would you buy a backup for Saka or give Reece Nelson a chance? Let me know. Would you give Reece Nelson a chance? We're linked to Rafinha. Would Rafinha be the guy? I don't know about Rafinha. I really don't. I don't really think Rafinha has been that good. I think Rafinha is questionable how good he's been in his time at Barcelona. I'm looking at his time at Barcelona a little sideways. I'm saying to myself, what happened to the Rafinha that we've seen at Leeds? What happened to that Rafinha? We've seen a Rafinha at Leeds that I thought was going to be good, but it's not. He's not. That Rafinha has never really shown up too much at Barcelona. These are the questions I ask. These are the questions I consider. I consider when I'm thinking about my team. I'm like, what happened to the targets that we had for the attack? And is it that we're going to buy another striker? Because I think Balogun is gone. And personally, I would get rid of Eddie Nketiah. Maybe bring in another striker. But if we bring in another striker, will that cause disruption with Trossard and Jesus? Or should we not care about that? Because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as too much good talent in a team. Is there? There's no such thing as too much good talent. Personally, for me, I don't think any of the Zaha rumors are true. I don't think any of the Rafinha rumors are true. I think Arsenal are probably going to go and try to get themselves somebody who can play up top and that can play on the right and go for a versatile player once again. That seems like what we've been doing. And who that is, we don't know. Maybe it could be that the next Erling Haaland guy, the guy the Baltic guy that we've been linked to. I forget his name. He plays for Atlanta. If you guys know what I'm talking about. He's also been linked to Man United. We'll have to wait and see. But I think we're going to buy a striker. Watkins. I'll take Watkins. I would take Watkins. I think Watkins a baller. I would take Watkins. Watkins a baller. People saying Mbappe. We're never going to get Mbappe, man. The reality is, unfortunately, with the owners that we have, I don't think we can ever acquire. Could Arsenal ever sign Mbappe? We could, but I don't think we will. I don't think we'll ever go for those kind of players. That's just me. I think we need I think we need much more ambitious owners before we go and say we're gonna go for the best players in the world. And I really believe Messi would be in the Premier League right now if Jack Grealish didn't sign for Man City. But I don't think in any way or form do I ever see Liverpool or Arsenal or Tottenham signing an Mbappe. I think Manchester United and Chelsea have the financial clout to do it, but will they do it in today's market? I don't think they will either. I think the best if the Qataris bought Man United, Mbappe is going to Man United. But Mbappe to Arsenal will never happen, boys. Sane. Arteta worked with him before, but do you think he has a good work rate? Would you take Neymar? I'll take Neymar in a heartbeat, but what would he benefit us in like the way that we play? If we bring in Neymar, Martinelli is going to be shifted as a striker. Everyone's going to be shifted. Neymar's taking that left spot, and will it cause disruption in the team? Obviously, you take Neymar every day of the week and twice on Sundays, but you need to know that the manager is going to be willing to work with him and he's going to be able to fit him in. You don't just sign players football manager style and just hope they work, because that's kind of what PSG did. They kind of just brought in a bunch of players and didn't know how they're going to make them work, right? People saying bring back Mesut. A prime Mesut Ozil wouldn't even be beneficial too much to this team, because similar to Odegaard, very much so. Actually play him in an 8. Who? Neymar. You play Neymar in an 8. What? You playing Neymar in an Iniesta position? I'm confused. Listen, guys, we've been going for a long time now. I'm going to wrap this up. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Hopefully you guys can catch me on my show. I'm going to be doing a panel show later tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm going to have Babs on. I'm going to have a bunch of other people on. We're going to talk about the game at the Etihad. So check us out. And also, I'm going to be on the Football Terrace at 6 o'clock. So check us out there also. Hopefully you guys you guys enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you guys check out the next stream at 8 o'clock. And then it's a busy day for me today. But yeah, you guys have yourselves a good one. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Love, respect, and I'll see you guys on the next one at 8 o'clock, people. I'm out of here. Peace.